Don't you wish you knew how to make these awesome earrings? Well, if you want to learn, keep watching. Hi, it's Abby, and in this DIY December episode, I'm going to show you how to make this fun teardrop earring using jeweler's wire. So I have an awesome fun color of soft flex here. It's I think it's their turquoise color. So I'm going to cut a length of it using my flex wire cutter. Then I'm going to string a little design, so I think I'll do a little sequence of seed beads. I have a delica, an 8, and then a delica. I'm going to do a freshwater pearl, and then another delica if it wants to hop on the wire. A size 8, and then a delica. So this is my little design. I'm going to string that to the middle of my wire. And the next thing that I'm going to do is take a crimp bead. So I'm using the medium size wire, so I'm going to take a standard 2x2 crimp tube, and this is sterling silver. So what I'm going to do is slide the crimp tube on the wire going that direction. So both of my wires are running parallel in the same direction through the crimp tube, like that. So now what I'm going to do is take just one of the wires and bring it in a loop back down through the crimp. So this can take a little bit of playing with in order to get it through. It is just going to be that perfect fit, so it'll maybe barely want to go through. So we should have something that is a teardrop with a loop on the top, and then tail ends coming out of both the top and the bottom. So I pulled it out a little bit more so you could see it. So now what's the most important thing to do is make sure it's the right size. So I have my first earring here. I'm going to compare sizes. I need to make my teardrop and my loop at the top just a little bit smaller, and so I pull that just using my fingers. So I'm going to compare sizes again. My teardrop is about the right size. I'm just going to make my loop at the top just a tad bit smaller. And remember, it is going to be tight, but you can pull it. It's okay. So one final check. We are spot on. So my favorite crimping tool to use is the magical crimping pliers. So this is the one that works for 0.18 or 0.018 to 0.019 wire. And so what I'm going to do is on the inside of the tool, you'll see there's a little divot. I'm going to place the crimp bead right in the center of that little divot, and I'm going to squeeze down. So when I open it, it should look a little bit like ravioli, so you might be able to see, I know it's kind of small, but you might be able to see how it has pinched edges. That is what we're going for. Now we're going to squeeze those pinched edges in, and then I'm just going to open, rotate it a little bit, open, rotate it a little bit, and I'm always keeping it in that divot of the tool. So I'm just working around in a circle, and whenever you don't feel any more resistance, and whenever your little bead is turned into a perfectly round ball, then you're good to stop. So now what we're going to do is take a flex wire cutter, and we're going to trim the tail ends off. So you want to try to trim them as carefully as possible and as flush as possible to make it seamless. So I like to trim with the flat side of the cutter closest to my work, and then trim. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side. So, oh, I think I can trim a little bit closer. So it should really look flush. And if you want to, what you can do is go back in with your crimping pliers and just kind of go over it just to be sure that it is super tight. So then what we're going to do is grab an earring finding and open it up. You can use any earring finding you want. I'm just going to use the tip of my crimping pliers so that I don't have to get up and pause the video. But you would probably want to use a chain nose pliers or flat nose pliers, anything that has a smooth flat surface. My crimping tool does too, so don't think I'm damaging my earring finding. So you want to open up your earring finding just like I did and then close it in that same direction. So, or not in the same direction, but in the same process. So there we go. We have a cute little, really simple pair of dangly teardrop earrings. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thanks.